All right, good morning, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Premier League Zone. My name is Anthony Ajulo, and this is your number one family radio station, Inspiration FM. Yes, I can boldly say by this time next week, we'll be having our regular team of the week. So look out for that one. Should be interesting. Get your knives, get your swords, get your cutlasses, because you guys are always bitter and angry whenever we do our team of the week. We look forward to that one. And beyond all of that as well, we're still continuing our preview for the new ahead of the new season. And today we're looking at surprises and dark horses. Nobody expected Newcastle to get into the top four last season. They did. Nobody expected Brighton to get into Europe last season. They did. Nobody expected Aston Villa to play so well last season. They did. So those are the teams we're looking at. Actually, those are the sort of teams we're looking at. Teams that nobody's checking for, but you think there's something in there, something that can, surprise everybody else this season. That's what we're talking about on the show today. Beyond that as well, we have the latest transfers. Is the season of rejections, as Liverpool have had a bid rejected for Romeo Lavia, but my sources are telling me different. We'll get to that in a bit. And we also hear that Daniel Levy and Tottenham Hotspur are standing firm on their valuation of Harry Kane. They've rejected another bid from Bayern Munich, but talks are still ongoing. Did I say my name before? I'll say it one more time. Anthony Ajulo is my name. It's a full house here, but Bruno is here, Triple O is here, and of course Tommy C is here as well. Like, we don't care about that guy at the back. Guys, how are you doing this morning, buddy? How are you doing this morning? You feeling good?
I'm great. Still trying to recover from yesterday's disappointment, but
absolutely.
Glad to be here once again. And actually, looking forward to the weekend.
Triple O, how are you feeling?
Well, wrapping up a penalty, he struck my eye. So I was feeling high this morning. But I'm fine.
Thomas, you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm okay. Good morning.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
Yeah, all right. Let's get into it.
I'm also okay.
Nobody cares about you. We'll get into the preview, but let's just quickly get through some transfer just for go full into our preview. Or let's remind you first of all that you can reach us at any point on the show. 0700 923 923 923 is the number for you to call. 0700 923 923 923. You can also call or send WhatsApp messages to 081 7313 6193. 081 7313 6193. We're also live on Facebook at Inspiration FM 92.3. Just leave your comments under the live feed. We'll read them on the show. So let's start with the one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because Daniel Levy body is standing firm on his valuation of Harry Kane. Now let's just read because there's been updates this morning as well on that deal. Yesterday a bid was rejected. Officially that one is true. A bid has been rejected by Tottenham Hotspur for Harry Kane. The bid was in the region of 100 million euros. It's still low in value. It's still less than what Tottenham Hotspur value Harry Kane at. But we hear talks are still ongoing between Tottenham Hotspur and Bayern Munich, and we hear again that deal could be progressing, because Tottenham Hotspur have not taken Harry Kane to Barcelona for their final pre-season friendly. They have not taken Harry Kane to Barcelona as talks continue. We are hearing that internally Bayern Munich will, have discussions on whether to go in again with another offer and all of that. Nobody has walked away from the deal yet. Tottenham has rejected that offer, but they're still open to negotiations. Bayern Munich have not walked away yet, and again, Harry Kane has not travelled to Barcelona for the final preseason friendly. So it looks like something might be in the offing. This deal might happen eventually.
Oh yes, it might happen eventually. And like I said all along, it's a case of Bayern Munich meeting up with the valuation of the player. See, Daniel Levy won't budge. At the end of the day, if Kane would have to leave the club, then Bayern have got to drop the funds to make that happen. And the fact that he hasn't travelled with the team to Barcelona at this point in time, possibly, maybe a few more £1 million might just, turn the situation around, and Bayern would say, okay, or Tottenham will say, all right, Harry Kane can go have a medical.
But Harry Kane, there's a deadline for this thing. Harry Kane himself has said if he's in the squad for the first game or against Brentford this weekend, he will not leave this season. He has said it himself that if he plays against Brentford, he will not leave until next season.
This is just Tuesday.
Okay.
There's two Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I'm just saying there's a deadline. There's a deadline. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes with Harry Kane. Triple O, let me bring you here into this one. Another team that's been low balling, Liverpool. They've had another bid around £46 million rejected by Southampton for Lavia. That deal has been rejected. But this morning, a few minutes ago, my sources, yes, I have sources around field. You might believe me or not, that's your business. My sources are saying that an agreement has finally been reached. Now, I don't know the offer yet or the amount yet, but we hear an agreement has finally been reached. Liverpool have upped their offer from yesterday, and that deal, again, just like the Harry Kane deal, looks like it might happen really soon.
Well, for Lavia, the player wants to join Liverpool, and Southampton are willing to sell, but at a particular fee. They set an asking price, and it is £50 million or nothing. The last Liverpool's bid that we know of, like the general public know of, not the one that Liverpool fans know of.
It's not Liverpool fans. It's my sources. I have sources. Don't worry.
Liverpool fans. It's £45 million, and that was immediately rejected by Southampton. It's just £5 million difference. If Liverpool want this player, they should go for this player. This deal look like one that will happen, by the way, because £5 million is not so much money. They can come back with an offer of 45 plus £5 million in add-ons. It now depends on what Liverpool can inject in that add-on. In the add-ons right there, is it going to be achievable add-ons like Liverpool to finish in the top 4, or is it going to be difficult add-ons like Liverpool to win the Premier League next season, or in the next, or within the duration of his first contract at Liverpool?
We shall see. Just some quick transfer just before we go into our preview for today. Some deals that have happened. Livramento has officially joined Newcastle. Tino Livramento, the former Chelsea player, he's signed a 5-year deal. He's a right back. And I me say very quickly, again, is there any interest, or is there any wisdom in a player like Livramento, solid player, in a player like Livramento going to Newcastle to play behind a player like Kieran Trippier, who never gets injured, who never misses games, and who is the captain of that team?
Yes, there is. Livramento is still young, as you rightly mentioned. So I believe you still have chances to play for Newcastle. If he doesn't play in the league, he'll play in the League Cup and maybe Champions League. So
Champions League.
He might play Livramento is a solid player. He's
a good player. Like
a very good player. It's just unfortunate what happened at Southampton.
Kieran Trippier is not just a right back. He's the leader of that team. In fact, he's very pivotal to what Newcastle achieved last season.
I believe 𝐿𝐸 will just want to rest him. Next season there will be in many competitions, so it won't be advisable to play him in all games.
All right, let's go to West Ham, where Edson Alvarez is having a medical. He will have a medical today ahead of his move to the West Ham stadium. The Hammers have been interested in him for a while, and the deal is thought to be around £35 million. So we'll see. That deal should be done really soon if he passes his medical and all of that. Still with West Ham though, they are still on. Talks are still ongoing with Manchester United for Harry Maguire. They've made an improved offer for Harry Maguire, but their bid for Scott McTominay has been rejected. They had a £20 million bid for Harry Maguire, rejected first of all, and we hear they also submitted a £30 million bid for Scott McTominay, that was rejected. But we hear they have made an improved offer for Harry Maguire worth around £30 million. They've not made another offer for Scott McTominay. We'll see if they do eventually. And Chelsea have thrown cold water on the gist that they are interested in Neymar. Pochettino says he doesn't want him at Chelsea.
Well, that's true.
Because I don't know where that whole rumor came from at the end of the day.
You want to look at Chelsea right now. A lot of young players. Yeah. There's a project. There's a focus, and you bring in Neymar. Of course, quality starts better than every player. I should say at Chelsea. All the players at Chelsea are not better than Neymar Junior. Combine all of them together, they are still not better than Neymar Junior. So he leads their chances of winning. If Neymar joins Chelsea today, we'll talk about Chelsea winning the Premier League title automatically. You throw them into the fray. So, but I don't know where all of this is coming. Mbappe to Chelsea, Neymar to Chelsea.
Personally, I think Neymar is a luxury player, really good player. I don't think he can grind at a club like Chelsea, which is what they need now, put in the hard work to grind Chelsea and bring them up to where they are.
Guess what? John Obi Mikel talked about Eden Hazard, that he doesn't train. Hazard, he comes around, everybody, when they are training, he's just on one side, then he asks for the ball and they tell him, we've been rolling since morning. You just stay there asking for ball. But when it comes to the match day, he performs.
Look.
There are some players like that. Neymar is one of those players.
Hazard never had to grind as well, because Chelsea were up there. He won the title, they won the Champions League, they won the European Cup as well. So he really never really.
Chelsea had a very bad season with Eden Hazard as well.
And they had the Bulldogs who did the
dirty job for him. Yeah. Now everybody has to do work for Chelsea.
Oh, there's no Bulldog at Chelsea now.
Let's move on. Let's just quickly leave it at that. Let's go to our preview of our dark horses and surprises. Like I said before, we know the teams that surprised us last season. Now I'm not asking you to talk about those teams, but the teams you've seen, based on what they did last season, maybe based on what they've done in the transfer window pre-season, teams you are looking at that will replicate what the likes of Newcastle, Brighton, and Aston Villa did last season. Nobody thought they would get into Europe. They did. Newcastle are in the Champions League as well. So these are the teams we're looking at today on our preview. Who are the teams you're looking at as surprises and dark horses? But let me start with you.
We'll start with.
But I want to start with you.
Why not?
Because you're on my left. He's left to right.
Why not right to left?
I'm on the right part. He's on the left part.
I think for the dark horses, I'll go with Newcastle first. Maybe some possible momentum from last season, and they brought in some decent quality as well. Example, Tonali.
Okay.
It should,
Oh, sorry. Can Newcastle still be considered dark horses? I mean, okay, dark horses for the title, not surprises. Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry, because we know they have money, they brought in players. Why are we going to be surprised by Newcastle anymore?
Is this the first time we'll see teams do well? They'll just manage to do it one season. You see them 17-18. So for Newcastle, I do feel they have the quality to push the rest of the pack in terms of properly challenging this season.
Okay.
And that's why, I'm leaning towards them to one of those dark horses. But again, the loss of St. Maximin might really hurt this team eventually. Why have I said so? We've seen games where he's played. When on his day, he would trouble any team. And, losing such an X factor might just be a huge problem. But again, I think they're fine with what they've done so far in the transfer window. Also, Tottenham Spurs.
Okay.
I think the new manager bounce will come to play. But my only worry for them has to be the possible departure of Harry Kane. If he's involved in this team, then they would trouble a whole lot of people. My surprise this season has to be one of the promoted teams, and that's Luton Town. Okay. I saw the playoff finals, and I was really impressed by what they did and how they played as well. They could, be one of those teams that would spring up a number of surprise results in the new season.
All right, Triple O, very quickly.
Well, for me, Newcastle United, dark horses, because you look at Newcastle United, they had the same amount of losses as Manchester City, the eventual champions last season. The difference is that they drew more games. 14 games they drew last season. So you have to look at Newcastle United. They've added to the quality they have in that squad as well, bringing on Tonali, an inspirational player that helped AC Milan to win the Scudetto.
Yes.
A player that knows what it takes to win a league title.
Absolutely.
But you look at _Ivy Barnes as well. He's won something with Leicester City, won the FA Cup with Leicester City, defeated Manchester City to win the what's it called now? The Community Shield as well. So you look at all of that. I think Newcastle are going to be one of the dark horses in the Premier League, and I'm going to chuck United in there.
Dark horses?
Fair
Yes.
enough. I don't think they're favourite to win the league next season, but I'm going to put them. They can come from behind. They can surprise us. Now, talking about surprises of the season, I'm looking out for Burnley.
Okay.
I'm looking out for Burnley.
Yep.
The way Amana Burnley operate, the way Amana they play, beyond the coach, beyond the players. If you look at that style of play, it looks like a style of play that will surprise us in the Premier League. And they've added some good additions right there. So I mean, Pep Guardiola's apprentice, they have a way of doing well in the Premier League.
All right, let me come to you, Thomas. Dark horses, surprises.
Dark horses, I see Newcastle and probably West Ham.
Okay.
So
West Ham.
they'll continue from where they stopped last season. I know last season wasn't really good for them, but in Europe they won the conference league.
Aston Villa.
Yes, Aston Villa too.
Aston Villa, they've been doing well.
I don't think Villa doing well this season will be a surprise. We can't put them with dark horse because we don't think they can.
I mean, Villa making top 4 would be a surprise.
Not really. They finished 6th last season, so it's natural progression.
Come on, it's Aston Villa.
They're finishing 8th.
I shall see.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.